the Hornets picked Kobe Bryant, a 6'6" high school shooting guard from Philadelphia. The Lakers, who had worked Kobe out before the draft, offered to exchange their starting center Vlade Divac for him, but the Hornets say no. They want to develop Kobe into a star. Before the 96-97 season begins, Hornets shooting guard Del Curry sees what's going on and asks for a trade. The Hornets comply, and they send him to the New Jersey Nets in exchange for 7'6" center Shawn Bradley. Meanwhile, Curry's 8-year-old son Stephen apprentices at a New Jersey dental clinic and discovers his true passion. He will later grow into one of the greatest and most respected and beloved dentists in the entire world, totally revolutionizing the field. Free agent Shaquille O'Neal considers signing with the Lakers that summer, but decides he'll have a better chance of winning with the Magic. He'll stay in Orlando for the rest of his career. For the first 2 years of Kobe's career, the Hornets improve, but they're never able to get past Michael Jordan's Bulls in the East, until MJ retires in 1998. Finally, it's Kobe's chance to take over. But August 1998, in the middle of the NBA lockout, Hurricane Bonnie strikes North Carolina. Kobe's at home, he's on mile 37 of a 50-mile workout on his treadmill, and the power goes out. The treadmill stops, Kobe falls, and he breaks his arm in 3 places. Once the lockout's over and the NBA season begins, Kobe still hurt. The Hornets tank the entire season, and at the end of the year, head coach Dave Cowens resigns. Okay, so now it's May of 1999. The Hornets are eager to replace Coach Cowens, but they don't want to spend a lot of money. They turn to John Calipari, who was just fired by the Nets in March. So now the Hornets have their star and their coach in place. And with the 5th pick in the NBA draft, they select Jonathan Bender. He's a spindly 7-foot big man out of Mississippi, and he immediately becomes one of the NBA's most dominant players, as well as a cultural icon, and his knees are great. Under Coach Calipari, and with Kobe and Bender leading the way, the Hornets become an Eastern Conference powerhouse. And in the 2000 finals, they meet the Portland Trail Blazers, featuring Rasheed Wallace, Scottie Pippen, and Tim Duncan. Oh, by the way, meanwhile, the Lakers are garbage. Terrible. Anyway, the Hornets beat the Blazers in an epic 7-game series to win the championship. They received their rings later that year, and they get to meet President Al Gore at the White House. Oh, by the way, that whole Al Gore invented the internet thing? See, a little thing called Y2K happened, and all the power on Earth went out for about 45 minutes on January 1st, 2000. So people don't really trust computers or the internet. And Gore decides to put aside that whole cyberspace thing and explore outer space instead. Now it's summer 2000. Hornets owner George Shinn and the city of Charlotte are kind of at odds, and in a moment of weakness, Shinn puts the entire Hornets franchise on the line in a very high-stakes game of golf. He doesn't do so hot on the back nine, and after a series of escalating bets, he has surrendered ownership of the team to Michael Jordan. So MJ now owns the Hornets, but he has bigger plans. In the middle of training camp, he unretires, signing himself to the first player-owner contract in NBA history. So the Hornets now have a legendary tandem, and they continue dominating throughout the Kobe-MJ era. Or is it the MJ-Kobe era? A lot of people spend a lot of time arguing about that. One day, in early 2004, MJ wakes up and realizes he needs a change. He's 41 years old, and Coach Cal's been limiting his minutes, and that's not okay. He fires Calipari, he fires the entire front office for good measure, and installs himself as the first player, coach, GM, owner in NBA history. As coach, he limits Kobe's minutes. As player, he takes all the shots himself. And as GM, he signs himself to a lifetime contract. Good job, MJ. Kobe is furious. He immediately demands a trade, and MJ is very happy to oblige, almost too happy. See, in 2002, America founded its 51st state, Montana. It's on the moon. And Montana already has its own NBA franchise, the Montana Bobcats. It's owned by Donald Trump. So before he knows it, Kobe has been traded to the moon. Before the 2004-2005 season can even tip off, aliens arrive. Yes, aliens. The aliens tell Kobe that if he and the Bobcats can't beat them in a best of 4,015 series, they're going to take over the world. Kobe isn't one to back down from a challenge, so he immediately starts putting his super team together. First, the Bobcats pick Dwight Howard in the 2004 NBA draft, and after that, it's just up to Kobe to recruit. Nobody in the basketball world will call him back, so he reaches out to the NFL, calling up the best tight end in the entire league, LeBron James. LeBron's coming off an MVP season with the Browns and a Super Bowl, and he's ready for a change. LeBron, Kobe, and Dwight Howard lead the Bobcats in the most epic playoff series in the history of the galaxy. For 11 years, the Bobcats battle that alien squad. They play every night, achieving the highest ratings in TV history. The Bobcats hold an edge through the first 4 seasons or so, but they're just humans and their bodies begin to deteriorate. And by around game 1400, the aliens start to take the lead. There are injuries, there are fights, the aliens actually have their own little contract dispute, and there's a lockout around like season 5. Anyway, by season 11, it's coming down to the wire. So the Bobcats pull the series even. It's 2007 to 2007, coming down to a pivotal game 4015. This is the greatest basketball game that's ever played. Imagine any cool thing that could happen in a basketball game, it's happening. Alright, so the game is tight. With a few seconds to go, Montana is down by 1. Kobe gets the ball and he leaps from half court. He soars past all 5 alien defenders and dunks right as time expires for the win. Oh, by the way, he had 81 points. So just as Kobe is about to celebrate winning the most epic series ever and saving the planet, something strange happens. The basket sways, it tips over, and it falls, and it punctures a hole in the wall of the arena. Kobe freaks out because now he's exposed to the moon's atmosphere, but nothing happens. Kobe investigates. He looks through the hole in the wall. He's on a soundstage in Los Angeles. None of this was real. The aliens, the Montana Bobcats, the moon itself, none of it was real. Kobe is beside himself. What's he gonna do now? Fall 2015. Kobe is exhausted. After all, he's been playing basketball every day for like the last 15 years against people dressed as aliens. But he wants to go out on his own terms. He wants to play one last real NBA season before he retires. Since he's already in Los Angeles, Kobe approaches the Lakers, who are more than willing to sign him, even though they're in the middle of a rebuild. The Lakers have a bunch of youngsters who need minutes, but Coach Byron Scott gives Kobe a starting role and all the time he wants to play. Kobe's game is not pretty, and the Lakers play their worst season in history. But all around the country, fans flock to the games to show Kobe their appreciation. It's really a farewell tour. Finally, after 20 seasons and over 5,000 career games, most of them against fake aliens, Kobe's ready to call it a career. He's one of the greatest players to ever play and a surefire Hall of Famer.